Morning, students. Our next topic is a poem written by Gerard Manley Hopkins. The title of the poem is Spring and Fall. Before reading the poem, we will discuss the biography of the poet G.M. Hopkins and also discuss some terms related to G.M. Hopkins. There is an introduction of the poet. G.M. Hopkins is considered to be one of the greatest poets of the Victorian era. However, because his style was so radically different from that of his contemporaries, his best poems were not accepted for publication during his lifetime. And his achievement was not fully recognized until after World War I. Hopkins' family encouraged his artistic talent when he was young in Essex, England. However, Hopkins became estranged from his Protestant family when he converted to Roman Catholicism. Upon deciding to become a priest, he burned all his poems and did not write again for many years. His works were not published until 30 years after his death, when his friend Robert Bridges edited the volume Poems. So, most important thing about G.M. Hopkins is that he belongs to Victorian age, but his poetry was published 30 years after his death, and that was published by Robert Bridges, who was friend to G.M. Hopkins, and he is also known as priest poet. There is short question asked in the paper that who is the priest poet included in your syllabus, that is Gerard Manley Hopkins. Now we will discuss some terms related to G.M. Hopkins. The first one is inscape. Mainly there are two terms which were coined by Victorian poet G.M. Hopkins as he developed his theory of word constituted poetry. First term is inscape and second one is instress. Inscape means the particular features of a landscape or other natural structure which make it different from any other. The theological belief behind this was that God never repeats himself. Hopkins, as a poet artist, had to determine just what was special about any scene. His notebook shows the tremendous care with which he details what he thinks is unique about a particular sunset or cloud formation or even sea waves. So, inscape means a particular feature of any scene, any natural thing. यानी किसी भी नेचुरल चीज़ का कोई पर्टिकुलर जो फीचर होता है एंड विच इज़ नॉट रिपीटेड अगेन. अगर हम बादलों में देखते हैं तो एक पर्टिकुलर पिक्चर हमें दिखाई देती है एंड दैट इज़ नॉट फिक्स देयर. सो द मेन थीम या मेन बिलीफ बिहाइंड इंस्केप इज़ दैट गॉड नेवर रिपीट्स हिमसेल्फ, कि भगवान अपने आप को रिपीट नहीं करता है. वंस से इमेजिनेशन और पिक्चर इज़ क्रिएटेड, इट इज़ नॉट रिपीटेड अगेन. नेक्स्ट टाइम अगर हम उसी चीज़ को देखेंगे तो उसमें एक नया फीचर हमें दिखाई देगा. नाउ व्हाट इज इंस्ट्रेस? इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू इंस्केप. इंस्केप इज द क्वालिटी और इंस्केप इज द फीचर and the power or divine energy which support inscape is called instress. According to Oxford Dictionary of Literary Term, inscape is the unique quality or essential witness of a thing, while instress is the divine energy that both supports the inscape of all things and brings it alive to the sense of observer. तो inscape जो है वो एक एसेंशियल वटनेस है, किसी चीज़ की जो यूनिक क्वालिटी है वो इंस्केप है, और उस क्वालिटी को सपोर्ट करने वाली जो दैव्य एनर्जी है, डिवाइन पावर है, उसे इंस्ट्रेस कहा गया है. स्प्रंग रिदम. स्प्रंग रिदम इज अ पार्टिक रिदम डेजिग्नेट to imitate the rhythm of natural speech. It is constructed from feet in which the first syllable is stressed and may be followed by a variable number of unstressed syllables. The British poet G.M. Hopkins discovered this type of poetic rhythm. Some critics believe that he merely coined a name for the poem with mixed, irregular feet like free verse. Sprung rhythm may be classed as a form of accentual verse because of its being stress time rather than syllable time. Here, number of syllables don't matter. The main thing is there must be one stress syllable